G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I'm going to walk you through my selections for the NRL SuperCoach. I've got my Maximus here after a bit of basketball training this afternoon, so I'll have a sip of that. My mouth is a bit dry, so I apologise for drinking on the recording, but I am very thirsty. All right. Let's talk footy and my NRL SuperCoach. Or SuperCoach selections, I should say. Now you can look. I tried to record this for you as I did it. Unfortunately, the recording stuffed up, and I wasn't going to reset it all and do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through position by position and explain my my picks for this year's SuperCoach. So let's start it off with the dummy half position. I've gone Harry Grant. I think with Brandon Smith gone, Harry Grant is going to be arguably the best hooker in the NRL. He's going to get all the hooking minutes for Storm. I think he's going to have a massive year, and I just think this is just it'd be outrageous if you chose anybody else other than Harry Grant. So I think he is a definite pick for everyone. If you're not choosing Grant, let me know who you're choosing in the comments, guys. I've also taken Sonny Luke. Jeez, I hope that hasn't stuffed up the bloody recording. I just went, nearly pulled out all the cords. I've also gone Sonny Luke. Again, I think Mitch Kenny's going to start, play about half an hour, and then Sonny Luke's going to come on, pick up about 50 minutes. So I could see him scoring about, 40 to 50 SuperCoach points. And I think that's really the price is what I'm looking at. Now that 234 could escalate very quickly. We could be looking at something a lot bigger come 5 rounds into the season, which could be used as a potential trade and an improvement at dummy half. In the front row, I've gone Ruben Cotter. I think he is arguably the best choice for me. I think he's going to have a massive season this year, and in the grand scheme of things, for what he offers, he's very cheap. Another player that's very cheap is Utoi Kamanu. Probably butchering that last name, and I apologise if I am, Stefano. But at 319,000, I could not pass this up. I think with the massive forward pack they've got, he's going to have a lot more confidence and a huge season. He was touted to be a massive improver last year, and I thought he did all right, but I think this year we're going to see a massive improvement, and I think that price is just going to skyrocket. My bench at front row, I've got Tepai Moiroa. Storm have come out and said he is training the house down and that he is guaranteed a spot in the 17 for round 1. So I'm very happy about that. I think Moiroa is going to be an absolute asset to Melbourne, and I think at 234 that is a steal. Another steal, Franklin Pele. Huge raps on him. I think he's going to have a big year for the Doggies. Whether he starts in the 7th, so whether he plays in the 17 at round 1, I'm not too sure, but I definitely do think he will make his way into the team. I've got him on the bench as a bit of a cash cow and a money builder. I think a lot of guys should jump on Franklin Pele. All right, my second row forwards, I've gone David Fifita. At 689, you guys might be looking at me thinking, mate, you're a dickhead. That's way too high. But I think with the right half next to him in Kieran Foran, they can just unlock the beast that he is. So I think David Fifita is in for a big year. I think his price will only rise, and I think it'd be stupid not to pick him up. Another player I think would be stupid not to pick up is Luke Garner. At 434,000, I think he can be one of the better second rowers in the game, especially at Penrith. I think they're just going to unleash him and take his game to the next level. So I am extremely happy with that pick. I know a lot of people are thinking Hosking will get that starting spot, but I do think Luke Garner is the right man for the job. And look, at the end of the day, I've got money to play with here. That's why I've kept 72 grand in the remaining salary cap. So if Hoskins does get the start, I can move Garner out, put Hoskins in. I've got things I can do. Next up, Ray Stone. I see a lot of people cracking it about Ray. I think he's going to be an outstanding player for the Dolphins. I think he's an extremely underrated player. and I think he will have a massive season for the Dolphins this year. He's been great for Parramatta. They had arguably one of the best forward packs in the NRL. He couldn't get a good gig. He got injured. He's a tough player. He makes plenty of tackles. He gets the tough work done. And I think at 246,000, you'd be stupid not to pick him. All right, onto the bench. I've gone Trey Mooney, the Raiders. Second rower to lock. I don't know where he's going to play, whether he's going to come off the bench or start. I have heard rumours that he will start, so I think at 234, he is definitely a good price to jump on. Same can be said for Matamua, Justin Matamua to be... I've had a mind blank. Justin Matamua, I think, will have a massive season, especially if Johnny Bateman goes into that second row role. I think that'd be stupid to play Bateman at lock. Matamua is a very, very good player and definitely can slot in there. If Bateman plays lock, I will be trading out Matamua or getting rid of Matamua and bringing in Sean Bloor because I think he will get that second row spot then. Siwa Wong at 200,000, arguably the steal of the day for me. I think he will eventually get some good minutes for the Roosters. And I just think this is an absolute steal, especially late game. You know, when you're down the end running out of trades, if he's getting good minutes, that price is just going to go up. I know a lot of you people might disagree with that, but honestly, watch this space. I think we're going to see big things from Siwa Wong. All right, the halves. In the halfback, I've gone arguably the best fantasy combination you could have. Nathan Cleary, Nico Hines. Now, you guys might be going, mate, Nico Hines at 902,000. You're crazy. Look, I think Nico is going to have an outstanding year this year. And having these two players at my disposal is just brilliant. Plus, you know, if I jump at the right time and Nico Hines in the first few rounds is starting to regress, I could swap him out for a player that's, you know, on the up. I've got things I can do with these pairings, so I think this is a good and safe bet. I know some of you guys might disagree and call me a rookie for this, but just watch. I reckon I've got the right call made there. All right, my 5'8s are Matt Burton and Josh Schuster. This speaks for themselves. You know, Schuster, outstanding player. He is an absolute gun. I think at 241,000 and in his new role at 5'8", he is going to have an outstanding season. I think it'd be stupid not to take him. Matt Burton, for me, is definitely locked in. Love Matt Burton. I think the Doggies are in for a big year, and that's why I've gone Matty. All right. Wing centres, I've gone Joey Manu, Brian To'o, Dom Young, and Ramus Smith. The reason for these ones is obviously Joey Manu, an outstanding player. I've captained him because they are playing the Dolphins in round 1, and I think he's just going to rip and tear and get a huge scoreline. Now, you could make the argument that Teddy should be captain, but I disagree. I think we will see a massive first game from Joey Manu against Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins. I've gone Brian To'o because he can score a try. He also makes a lot of meters, a lot of tackle breaks. I think he will be the right man for the job there. I've gone Dom Young. Now, Dom Young's probably one of the ones I am the most afraid about. At 552,000, he is quite expensive, especially for a winger that I don't know what he's going to achieve in 2023. There's a lot of question marks about this one, but I'm sticking with him for a little while, and we'll see how that sort of goes. Ramus Smith, I think, is a very good option. If Paul Alamotti is to start, I probably will swap out Ramus for Alamotti. I think Alamotti is just going to be such a good player. And speaking of the other players on the bench, we've got Valence Tafare from the Dolphins. A very good candidate for Rookie of the Year. And at 200,000, you can't go wrong with this. Same can be said for Jack Howarth, another absolute gun of a player. I think he deserves to be in a lot of fantasy squads. I think he's going to be one of the best players, one of the best young players in 2023. And finally, onto the fullbacks. I've got James Tedesco, for obvious reasons, best fullback in the game. What he offers on attack and defense is just next level. and I think he will do well in 2023. Hence the reason I've picked him. I've also gone Tom Trbojevic at 577. If he is to stay healthy, he could either be, he could be, if he gets back to his best, he could be a really good pickup for me. Alternatively, if he gets a bit of money back up, I could flip him for another fullback, someone like maybe Latrell Mitchell, or even a Scotty Drinkwater could potentially be there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. Are there players you'd take out, players you'd put in? Do you think I'm crazy for some of these picks? Do let me know in the comments, guys. I've tried to explain my picks as best as I can. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your teams are looking like. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.